What's up, world? eCustomist is here. Welcome to lesson number 7. I can't believe we're already more than halfway through the first trimester in 2025. But like I said, this is lesson number 7 of NGO Radio Terra's free lessons for all ages and all levels, streaming to you live on their YouTube channel all over the world. And we are here to bring you some of our music knowledge. In fact, not just some, in fact, everything that we have amassed in all of our years as musicians, and bringing it to you live right here in these tight little 30-minute packages, which are sort of hard to do and quite exhilarating because we're streaming. You only get one take to do it right. So it's always like you're in the studio or like you're on stage where it's like one take and you want to be live and in the moment. And I think it's really exciting. So I want to give a big shout out to our friends at NGO Radio Terra for sending me this streaming equipment so that I can experience this really awesome connection with everybody all over the world and creating this music community here on their YouTube channel. So it's really special. Thanks for being here. Today we're going to be talking about different textures on the drum set. We're going to be talking about brushes, mallets, sticks, hot rods. I'm going to be showing you some of my favorite brush strokes from the Philly Joe Jones brush book, which is sort of like digging into an old library of ancient drum scriptures from the past. So we're going to travel back in the day to one of my favorite drummers, Philly Joe Jones's brush book. Right now I'm going to open up with just some demonstrations of different textures on the drum set and get acquainted and centered for the day. Drumming is like a meditation for me, so I like to breathe and I like to be intentional about what I'm about to play, especially as an improviser. Yes, indeed. That feels really good to play all the different tones. One thing I didn't actually bring out in that improvisation was the one um, hot rod that I have, which is actually a half of a hot rod. If you can see here, is actually kind of just broken and right there. Yeah, it's got a unique sound to it though. So many different sounds. If I experiment with different types of sticks in my hands or multiple sticks in my hands, I can actually achieve some really incredible, useful things. Like, we can create a clap sound out of all this. So that little 16th note technique or 32nd note technique, depending on how you're counting it, is just these two fingers, sort of kind of like a marimba grip. Although I used two fingers in between each mallet like this when I was doing marimba. But as you can see here, ooh, camera's over here. It's like that. It's a bit of a clearer sound when you actually have two sticks in that hand. But I actually like the lo-fi sound of the brushes. So I really like that. A great example, you can listen to Damian Reed play that on Robert Glasper's album. I think the song is called, what's it called? Let me look it up. FKJ, maybe? Let me see. Robert Glasper, FTB. FTB is a really good example of that. Well, this is a good example of 30-second notes in general. I'm not actually sure if Damian's using that exact technique on this, but I've seen Damian use the two brushes in one hand thing. I've seen Eric Harlan do the same thing, so that's always fun to check out. Look that up. I can't believe that it's already 4:25, and I started a minute early. Let me get into some of these brush strokes. I'm going to give us a little bit of extra time today. So the conventional brush stroke is 2 and 4, starting on 2 and 4. A lot of these start on 2 and 4, with 2 and 4 being positioned right here. 1 being here, 2 and 4 starting here. So sort of on this like top portion of the head. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the right hand, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. You can speed it up. You know, it sounds good at a lot of tempos. And so, you can always kind of note that the two hands cross on 2 and 4. So 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. This is the conventional stroke. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the conventional stroke, it works at a lot of tempos. All right. The next stroke I want to talk about is called eyes. And eyes is a really good one because it's actually very easy. It's got 2 circles. And again, these circles, they cross at 2 and 4. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of sounds like a washing machine. But I'd like it better a little bit slower. I think it's more appropriate for tempos like this. Right? Great tempo for ballads, slow to medium songs. But eyes, that's what that stroke is called. Palm up. Let's talk about palm up. So this is good because it invokes a sort of shuffle on the right hand. So one, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. As you can see, 2 and 4 is happening sort of in this top left-hand corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 in the circle, followed by this 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So in a musical context, right? Palm up. Hence, what happens when you have to make that sound is you put your palm up. All right, and it's good to keep this particular brushstroke keeps us locked in the pocket because it has such a demonstrative and repetitive pattern on the right hand. So palm up. The trill is a really good one for up-tempo ones, and that involves this stroke in the left hand with 1 and 3 starting down here and 2 and 4 being up here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then here is sort of the conventional stroke, maybe tidied up a little bit because it's faster strokes. It's going to be in a shorter space. So I really like that. That one's actually difficult to keep up in the left hand. It ends up having to be, strengthened right here in this like ligament that's sort of not used a lot. So check that out. That's a good one. It's really, really good for up tempos. Something that's really good is tipping, and this is good for a nice triplet feel. This is when you really want to emphasize that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 4. with 2 and 4 starting up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, triplet 1. So you're tripleting into the 1 and 3. 4 triplet 1, 2 triplet 3, 4 triplet 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So some butterfly strokes on the brushes right here. And then I guess these are sort of butterfly-ish. I don't even know what you call this, but so the brushes are really magical things, and I really love the sound of vinyl. I love the sound of washing machines. I love the sound of swishing. I love the sound of white noise, and I get all of that when it comes to the brushes. They're really great for accompanying singers. They're really great for creating a cool lo-fi texture on any of the drums. And I think that you should explore getting into the brushes. Playing brushes on the ride cymbal also teaches us quite a lot about our time. Teaches us about our ride cymbal beat, where it sits. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. This has been lesson number 7, talking about brushes, talking about mallets, particularly the brush strokes we talked about today. We talked about the conventional stroke. We talked about eyes. We talked about tipping. We talked about the trill stroke. We talked about, I don't know what you call this one. I think I demonstrated this one too. Philly Joe Jones, the GOAT, shout out to you. Appreciate all the love, everybody who tuned in today. Shout out NGO Radio Terra for hosting this thing. I'm here every Wednesday at 4 o'clock. This is NGO Radio Terra's free lessons for all levels and all ages. See you next week for lesson number 8. Cheers. Be good and love one another. See you next time.